Hi, this is Kelly from Crafty Kellys at www.craftykelly.co.uk. Today I'm bringing you the second card from the paper pack that I received from Relative History. So this is the first card we made using papers from the card pack and using a stamp from Stampin Up. So now I'm going to do a simple stamping card. It is fairly simple. I'm also going to use a stamp from the Let It Ride Again because I just think it works really well with this. And we're going to do a little bit of masking, and then I'm using a very small stamp, just this little friend one, because that will fit just in there perfectly, I think. I'm hoping. And that is from one of the Rare Earth collections. Can't remember the name of it, but I will look it up and I will put it in the description or on my blog. Okay. So to start with, so this is fairly simple. I have made and cut out a mask because I want to get an image behind these lovely trees. We've got this horse image here, which I just want to get framed in the centre there. So now I've got my little mask on and down. I'm going to bring in my stamping platform again. Don't lose that stamp. For those of you that aren't familiar, this is a Stamparatus. It is the stamping tool from Stampin Up. It is very good because it is very different to other stamping tools because it has a hinge system. There are plenty of different ones out on the market. Tim Holtz, Rare Earth, but Rare Earth one you can only use clear photopolymer stamps, so the clear stamps, whereas with this one you can use red rubber stamps as well, which is a bit of a plus for me because I've got quite a few, but I have both stamping tools and they are both very good. So I've just positioned my stamp where I want it. The area I don't want it to stamp on is covered. I'm going to bring my Stays On black in again. I'm just going to ink up, apply a small amount of pressure, making sure I've pressed evenly over the stamp. There we go, we've got one of the horses in. So I'm just going to give him another bit of black just to make it a little bit lighter. There you go, so that is stamped onto there really nicely. So let's reveal how he's looking. Oh, isn't he cute? So I'm happy with that. So I've got my horse in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to stamp the sentiment. So this is a really quick and simple card which I've made. I'm going to do it upside down just so I've got a bit more room. This is a really simple card to make with the paper pack. So for instance, if you're in a hurry or you don't have a lot of time, because you're still making it very much your own thing by adding in your own images. But still like getting the same images of the really lovely papers. I see that works really well. That's come out nicely. Whoop. So I do think it needs something else. It needs something more. Now, what does it need? Do I grunge it up a little bit? Make it a bit more mixed medially, possibly. Okay. So I think I'm going to go a bit like splodgy and stuff on it. So I've got a stamp set here from Rare Earth, which is Splatters and Hessian, which has these really lovely kind of textures. So we might just go a little bit texture mad and see what happens. I really love this kind of scriptural work. So, and for this I'm not worried about getting a perfect impression, so I'm going to use a block. So I'm just bringing in an acrylic block. That way. I'm not covering the whole block. I'm not getting a big block. That is big enough for me. Okay. So I've just got a little mat here, and I'm gonna just do a little bit more black. Sometimes I'm a bit scared to go a little bit like, ooh. I'm going to pop you down there. Yeah, like that. And then let's get some of these splatters. What I love about this is you can be like totally random. Let's bring in a bit of the hessian texture as well. Which one should we go for? I think that one. Splodged it a bit there, but that's fine. That's fine because we can, I like that. Oop. Ooh, liking it a lot. So I'm going to do two things. I'm going to blacken up the edge. Then I've got one of these like edge rough wrappers. This one's from Sticks 2. Really good. So you can just like, instead of ruining your scissors, you can use this instead and really create some texture. Like, for instance, once you've ruffled it up, you feel like you've got too much little white bits, you can go back in with your black ink just to kind of ruffle it up. I'm going to do something that a lot of people kind of don't like, and I'm going to crunch it up and then bring it out like it's really like work some creases into cardstock to make it look like an old letter. So for those that hate this, apologies. But look how much texture that brings to the paper. It looks like an old letter that's been screwed up into somebody's pocket. Love it, love it. I'm just going to bring in my dusting brush that I used earlier, and just so I can highlight a couple of these creases, I'm going to just brush across, work some of the ink into those bits. So look at that, that is fab. I love it. So I'm going to attach it to black base. And where's my, so I am trying to make these cards kind of tie together a little bit. Well, as much as I can. Ooh. Okay, so for this I'm going to bring some of my burlap in, and I'm going to use a stapler. It's not often I use a stapler in any of my work, but I just feel like that is what it needs, just there. Oh, I love it. So now I'm going to just try and smooth out a little bit so I can apply some glue to it now. I'm going to use a tape runner, but apply some sticky stuff so I can attach it. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. I could frame that and I'd be happy. I'm just going to bring in a card base. And there we go, card 2, all finished. This kind of grungy, splatty, inky thing. Love it. So 2 different cards using a stamp from the same stamp set. Just bringing in a little sentiment to fill that gap. So I've loved working with this paper. It's just taken the ink really well. It's good to work with. It's not too heavy, but it's not too thin either. So it's really good quality. So I've really enjoyed this today. So this has been Kelly from Crafty Kellys at www.craftykelly.co.uk. I'll catch you again soon. Bye now.